Hi, welcome back. My name is Mike Gardina with GardinaLifeCoaching.com, and today we're going to talk about why women cheat and some simple steps the men can do to prevent that from occurring. The general belief is that men cheat a lot and women rarely cheat. Well, some of the statistics that are out there in general say that men cheat somewhere between 15 to 20% in relationships, and then women are somewhere in the 10 to 13% of the relationships. So it's definitely less than men, but not a zero number. So it's something that has to be kind of contended with. Now, in general, most women are looking for a committed monogamous relationship. If you go back into your 20s, it's been a long time for me, but when you go back to those time periods, most men are really not looking for a commitment, and women sometimes are, but in general, when they get to the mid 20s, they're really wanting to settle down and trying to find that man to have that committed relationship. So even women who tend to be a little bit more out there, putting themselves out there to men, if you peel back all the layers, you're going to find that even those women deep down are looking for committed relationships. Okay, to start with, we want to understand a little bit about why people do what they do. And it all relates back to basically the 6 human needs that we have. The first 4 we have to meet every day in some fashion or another, either a negative way or a positive way. The last 2 are something that we look at for a higher level of being, basically feel happy and fulfilled. But the first one is certainty, which is basically safety and security. The second one being uncertainty or variety, so that we don't get bored in life. We've got to have something to change things up. The third one is significance, feeling important, feeling like we have meaning in life. I guess to be the fifth one, no, sorry, the fourth one being love and connection. We all need some form of connection with other human beings. Hopefully we get to a love kind of level, but we at least need to have some form of connection with people. And now we go to the fifth one being growth. When we start to feel like when we grow, when we're learning new things and and elevating our mind, we start to become more happy and fulfilled. And if we get to the sixth one, which is contribution beyond ourselves, basically giving to other people, either of time and talents, we can actually meet all 6 needs in one fell swoop. And that's when we're at our happiest, is when we're able to contribute to other people. Now, each of us meet those needs in different ways, and we have different levels of them. For instance, some people have a very high level of certainty. They want to be very safe and secure. They feel that that's a high need for them. And they have other people that have a high need for variety, that are risk takers, that will do dangerous things. They're like 2 different ends of the spectrum here. But that's why we're all different people. So we have to learn to understand that. But for this discussion, we're going to have to generalize a little bit. We have to generalize and put women into a kind of a general bowl here. But so most women have a high level of significance. And women tend to get that level of significance from compliments, from the lots of attention. You can't give a woman too much attention. They love attention, and that attention comes from even just lots of discussions and full connections with people, and that goes into love and connection. Again, women are looking for that love and connection type of feeling, and then variety. Unfortunately, with life out there, we all get caught up in life, and basically it can get boring. The day in and day out stuff, it just goes and goes. So, especially with women with kids at home every day with the kids every day, it's like, wow, they need something different, need some variety in their life. So what can happen is, as life goes on, we have less connection time, potentially less date nights to go on. So basically, the two spouses tend to separate a little bit or get caught up in their own lives. They're not so connected anymore. And that opens the door up for someone when they come and compliment her. Again, now she's getting a compliment from another man, and it carries way more weight than when the husband compliments, because it's like, well, honey, you're just complimenting because you have to, you're my husband. But when another guy compliments a woman, it has a lot of meaning, especially as a woman ages, because they don't feel quite as attractive as they used to be. They start to feel like they're disappearing in the world. So when that compliment comes around to an older woman, it's like, wow, it means a lot. So then what happens is she sits down and has a communication with the guy. They start to connect, and it starts to hit two needs now. She's got some significance from compliments. She's getting a little bit of connection. She's vulnerable, and if it leads to sex, then that to her goes to the variety side. And now we've hit three. There's three items there. She's hit significance, she's hit variety, and she's hit some connection. And that's when it can lead to an affair, especially because after you meet three of them, it turns into an addiction, and that's hard to stop. How do we prevent it from happening? Well, the first thing, and probably one of the biggest things, is basically give her lots and lots of attention. And I mean lots. And not just sitting with her. You have to listen to her, look into her eyes, feel her emotion, really. Got to be present with her. Next is to give her some compliments. Now, be careful not to give her too many compliments, because it turns into white noise and that will just become meaningless. So you got to be somewhat selective of when you do it, but do it in the right, meaningful way with emotion behind it. Surprise her. She needs variety. So do some things to shake some things up. Take her on a trip, or give her some variety. Have someone watch the kids, get back to doing date nights type of thing. May keep that connection going, but make sure you're not keeping your relationship stale. You got to keep some variety in there. You have to show her love, and this can be difficult because men aren't always great at showing love, but you have to be able to sit down with her and get emotionally attached to her to find out what's important to her, and do the little things that she needs to have done for her to show that you love her. But basically, kind of get back to the basics. Sit her down, talk to her. What needs does she have, and how you can help her meet them, so that she's not vulnerable to meeting to another guy, giving her that compliment or giving her that little connection, that conversation, to avoid that situation from happening. Because again, remember, women are in general more monogamous. They're looking for a committed relationship. So if you can keep your focus on you, then you're going to stop that from occurring. Now, men might say, well, I do all those things. I compliment her all the time. I buy her all these things. I'm showing my love that way. We're going on trips all the time. Well, the bottom line is you're missing something. You're not hitting the needs from her perspective. You're doing it from your perspective. And again, men and women are different. So you got to realize that what you're doing may not be what she really wants. So I'd really suggest you sit down and talk to her, ask her what is important, how can you meet those needs for her? Because you need to do it from her perspective, again, not yours, because if you are, then she shouldn't stray. Thanks for watching. If this episode helped you in any way, please hit the like button down below. And if you're having some problems with your relationship or anything in your life, please reach out to me at mike@gardinalifecoaching.com, or hit me at the website at gardinalifecoaching.com. I'd be happy to help out. Please hit the subscribe button down below and offer any comments down below. Let me know what you're interested in hearing, so I get you some information that you want to hear and see on future episodes. Thanks.